Well, in my company, our dream is to make Kyrgyzstan the epicenter of creativity of Asia. So let me tell you some of the main events to my mind that happened during this year. And unfortunately, I will have to start with the event that had biggest impact on all of us. It touched everyone, and Elmira touched about it. We had this year this huge tragedy that happened to a girl whose name was Burulay. It was an 18-year-old girl who was kidnapped. And unfortunately, this tradition still exists. It doesn't happen every day, but we have these cases. And Elmira was talking today about the importance of discussion of truth. And definitely this brought us to this discussion. This girl was kidnapped, and together with her kidnapped, she was brought to the police station. So that would be a happy end, but the people in the police station decided that it would be a good idea to leave them alone with the kidnapper so that they could peacefully decide their matters. And the girl was murdered. So it summarized everything that we hate about being ourselves. First of all, of course, we don't want to be this kind of people, you know, who have this kidnapping still in the country existing. But second, of course, it came together with this awful fact of the murder happened inside the police station. So in Kyrgyzstan, and you will see from the events I'm mentioning today, you will see very little impact of government, at least very little positive impact of government. And whatever we do in Kyrgyzstan, we do without relying on state initiatives. So some of the things I will mention today might seem small, but they all are happening by the efforts of simple people like you and me, who are just trying to stay alive and stay really alive in this country. We had creative economy reaction to this. We had this movie, short movie about bride kidnapping. The name is Ala Kaçu. You can see on YouTube. It was, of course, a big happening. It was a big discussion. This movie does have a happy end, and this is very meaningful for all of us. This movie won Grand Prix on a advertisement and marketing festival here in Almaty this year on Regional Bourse Fest. The other reaction, and this is very important, I think this is the biggest thing that happened in the creative economies, in the culture in Kyrgyzstan this year. It was this girl whose name is Zere. This girl was thinking on what would be the best reaction, what would be the best way to react to the case with Burulay. And she decided to arrange a provocation. She wrote a song about a girl who is asking questions to the society. If I respect you, why don't you respect me? And she shot this video clip wearing only skirt, blazer, and bra. And may I say that this girl is not a traditional stereotype model that is being shot in the bras usually. And this video clip provoked a big discussion in the society. What I'm happy about is that this time she didn't receive only threats. There was a lot of defending as well. And I think this particular story showed that we are more mature than we used to be. We have a lot of support in these cases, and this video clip provoked a very, very positive and very important discussion, and it was considered very positively in the society. So I suggest you all to go to YouTube and watch this video clip. We have this film industry that is developing very fast. Again, almost without any participation of the government. And this year I suggest you to watch this movie. It's a sport action, Kokburu or Kokpar, as Elmira was mentioning, in Kazakhstan. The movie again is shot in cooperation of Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. The main actors are from Kazakhstan. And I hope this movie will be very successful in Kazakhstan as well. It is very successful in Kyrgyzstan, very good quality, very big milestone for the cinematography in Kyrgyzstan. Another milestone is the first film musical in Kyrgyzstan. It's called Darakiri, which means the song of a tree. And this musical, it appeared that only 1% of the movies worldwide are musicals. So this movie is very successful. It's going to all the festivals, to Busan, Tallinn, Palm Spring now, and will go to Glasgow soon. What was interesting, I know personally the director and the producer of the movie, and asked them, why was it a musical? Why did you decide to choose this form? And apparently they chose this form because it allows them to shoot a good movie without spending huge money, like we do in Kyrgyzstan always. We do good things without money. So, because you don't have to use a lot of special effects when you shoot a musical. So it's a beautiful, and I think it's a very nice story, but again, but it's also entrepreneurial decision that is really effective, and I suggest you to watch it. It will be in Kazakhstan in January. From the perspective of state's positive participation, I would like to mention that the new mayor of Osh announced that he is going to make Osh an IT hub of the region. And I think it is a very big idea. You have here Sabrirbek, who is the advisor to the Osh mayor, and I suggest you to meet him. The idea is big because Fergana Valley is the most dense region in Middle Asia. And we have 15 million people living here. And we were artificially divided. So for me, it's very strange when we say, is it really important to have this regional identity? Come on, of course, we're not seen from the world. Nobody cares, is it Tajikistan or Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan? We should find these common identities. And I think this is the most beautiful thing about this conference to me, that it's bringing us together. So I hope this idea will work. We have a new data school, a so beautiful idea also. A lady coming from Moscow decided to teach data journalism in American University of Central Asia in Bishkek. And she opened this data school for the journalists who are not students of this university. And this school is doing really good impact. So the journalism is improving and data journalism is growing very fast now in Kyrgyzstan. We have a big development in coworkings. Myself, my company, we are mostly known as a co-working space, and I'm very happy that this year in Kyrgyzstan there are 6 co-workings that opened. 2 of them are in Osh, one is next, and Arslan is here, the owner and founder of that place. And we are opening, like today, this weekend, we are opening a co-working space of Ololo House also in Osh. Together with that, in Bishkek, we have 4 new co-workings. So maybe before this year, it looked like we had this crazy idea of co-working, and we were the only co-working in Bishkek. But now there are many, and we are very happy that this thing is developing, and it really affects the environment. I will talk about that in my second presentation. I'm very happy that the IT school, the biggest IT school in Kyrgyzstan, expanded to Kazakhstan. IT Attractor opened in Almaty, and they have over 100 students already in Kazakhstan, teaching different languages of programming and having a great impact and big success in Kazakhstan as well. Okay, we have the third Nomad Games. Ayjan, our colleague from Kyrgyzstan, will also talk about that. These are the final World Nomad Games in Kyrgyzstan. We passed that to Turkey. Some people think it's a big luck that it's last time. But also we cannot escape mentioning that it did have a very good impact on the number of tourists in Kyrgyzstan. Like new segments of tourism, Arabs, for example, came a lot to Kyrgyzstan. And especially this year, it was very meaningful because we had about 600 foreign journalists coming to Kyrgyzstan just for these games. And none of them were paid by Kyrgyzstan. All of them came because it was so interesting. Tengri Music Festival is a huge event. It's an open-air festival of classical music happening in Bishkek every year. This year, it was especially interesting because they brought musicians from 6 countries to play in one orchestra. And they were playing Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 5, open-air in Bishkek for 10,000 people. It was incredible. We have this huge event in Bishkek. I know how it was born, and it was the idea of several girls who decided that it's time for the marketing and advertisement professionals to unite and discuss common issues. And this year, this festival expanded to Almaty. It happened in Almaty for the first time. I think it's also meaningful that the festivals don't stay in one city. They move. So I really hope that next year we'll have this conference somewhere in Bishkek, for example. And the last thing, but also very nice, I left it for the dessert. We have now a nice, very nice Kyrgyz souvenir. We always were very envy, you know, because Kazakhs, when they're coming, they're always bringing this blue chocolate. So now we have even a better product, and it is better. You should try it. Okay. So, you know, all the products need to be challenged, yes? Like it was said today. All the ideas need to be challenged, like John said. So, I suggest you to meet Jangul, who is the producer of this. And I think it's a beautiful idea because it unites Kyrgyz tradition of Talkan and Belgian chocolate and a very nice package, modern design. So it is a product of creative economy. A lot is happening in Kyrgyzstan. Come to Kyrgyzstan, let's stay creative together.